Hello, beautiful souls. It's a beautiful day in the natural world. My name is Farah, and I like to make videos about how the feeling of the sacredness of nature within us supports and nourishes us to feel everything else that we need to feel in our human experience to evolve, expand, and flourish. So today we're talking about being affected. It's going to rain today, and when it does rain, the tiny, beautiful trillium flowers on the ground are going to be affected differently than the sturdy trees with their roots, um, you know, firmly planted in the earth and their strong trunks. And when I come out here into the natural world, I am reminded of experiences in my own life and experiences with others where I have sometimes felt like this delicate flower being like pummeled by the rain, um, you know, I've just felt small and soft and tender. And other times I have felt really sturdy and rooted in the earth and like almost unshakable, right? Like that, like the bark of a tree, right? Nothing can move me. And I've also experienced others in this way where, sometimes I'm seeing another person and I'm like, oh, wow, this person is so sturdy and rooted and grounded in the earth and unshakable. And then experienced another person as sort of gentle and soft and easily moved and so tender. And the mind sometimes has a tendency to categorize or label or interpret what any of these mean, right? And it could go in either direction. So, the experience of the sturdy stableness could be like, oh, resilience in the face of any weather, and this capacity to just like receive and absorb and respond with strength. And then that could also be perceived as sort of stiff, unmoving, unaffected, sort of disconnected or distant. And similarly, right, with the gentle flower, that could be perceived as soft and tender, sort of requiring a sort of care and attention, a gentleness in like vulnerability, right? And almost like a delicate beauty. And then, right, similarly, that softness could be perceived as a sort of weakness, or easily shaken, or easily collapsed or crumbling even. And when I come out here, all of those elements of the mind that I just spoke to, they're just not a thing. They're just not a thing, right? When it rains today, the tree is going to respond to the rain from the wisdom of its form and allow the rain to be with its form in a way that just makes sense. And maybe, that's just the water trickling off the bark, or a certain degree of absorption, or receiving the nourishment, or the leaves will dance, And the flower in its delicate, gentle nature, you know, it's going to adapt to that force of the earth, of the rain falling today, in its own way. You know, whether the waxy coating of the flower is going to, you know, support that rain to just sort of flow off of its leaves, or if it really will be so affected that it will shrink a little bit, not as a weakness, just as a response that is aligned with its form. And there's something so beautiful about how every single being in the natural world responds in a way that is so attuned and so aligned with its form. And every single being out here has its own unique form, and from that form has this beautiful beautiful relationship with whatever the weather may be. And so it's not like the tree responds better to the rain than the delicate flower, or that the delicate flower is you know, more affected by the tree. Those are just things that don't exist out here. They're all just their own unique forms and responding in ways that are aligned and attuned with that form. And therefore, they are all going to be affected differently. And the beauty is that they're all life. There's actually no separateness in the way that the life that they are shines through each of their forms and inspires their forms to respond with a wisdom that is appropriate to their form. And that's just such a beautiful, it's just such a beautiful thing that I get to go back into my day-to-day life and bring with me. And I get to see all the different people and myself in the world as all of these different forms. Some that are more deeply affected by rain, by, you know, their lived experiences, and others who might seem a bit more, seem less affected or affected differently, right? And at the end of the day, there's actually no comparison of like more or less affected. It's just affected differently. And every single person that I meet, and everything in myself is just all the life that we all are, shining through our unique forms. So whether you are a flower that is maybe smaller in nature or soft or gentle, and you really feel the weight in your human experience of the rain, of whatever human experiences you might be encountering, or whether you are a tree, very solid and sturdy, and you sort of feel unshakable in the rain falling, in whatever human experiences may arise. Whatever your form is, you are essential. You are essential to the ecosystem of this whole universe. And the way that you are you in response to whatever arises is important. It's so beautiful that we have flowers and trees, and that they're all part of the same ecosystem. And so I wish this knowing for you in your human experiences in life, in whatever affects you. And if you find yourself in those moments where, you know, you're wondering, am I affected too much? Am I affected too little? You are affected just right. You are affected in exactly the way that the life that shines through you through the form that you are, is receiving your human experience. And from that experience, it is in your nature to feel whatever it is you feel in the form that you are in the you that you are, and to evolve and expand and flourish, attuned to whatever that feeling might be, and in alignment with what is natural for the form that is you. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this beauty with you, and I wish you more and more of what is already here and now in the sacredness of nature.